I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do a thing called catching the fuck up on emails, because Jay has emailed us multiple times in the last couple of weeks, and because of the way we've been recording, we have not been able to read them all in a timely manner. So we're gonna get a bunch of them knocked out right now, me and Rikki, and that way, when we start over fresh on the next episode, we're essentially caught up on everything, right?
Yeah, by the way, he's also super fucking lame because he was there. I was there in the live chat with him this morning. He didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I think he was holding his comments to write an email. So, either way, starting at the first email he sent way back on the 17th. By the way, that was a whole week ago. A whole ass week ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, this was the one where he brought up the Halo Nightfall movie or series debate.
Responding directly to me one.
This is response to Rikki is the email. So either way, we did have a discussion amongst ourselves on whether or not the Halo Nightfall and what's the other one, Forward Unto Dawn, are technically series or technically movies, because they were a series initially that were condensed into a uncut movie. And according to all of the polls that I put out there, I put out polls on a couple channels and the Discord. The consensus is both, because it exists in both forms. So you have the movie form, and if you could still find it, the series form is still out there too. So,
you know what I mean? You have to still find it. It should be still on the Xbox thing still.
In theory, if nothing else, it should be in the Master Chief Collection. Still,
I don't know. Did they shut down the Waypoint? I don't even know. I haven't even checked.
Waypoint itself, I believe, is shut down.
Because that's where it was at on the old.
Well, that's what I said. It's available on Nightfall is available with the Master Chief Collection itself. So
yeah, which I have. So.
But I don't know if that version is the movie or the series form. So there were
it's
5:15. There were 5:15 minutes. Not if it's broken down and put into one single thing.
Sure, it is. It's just one continual show.
Well, the consensus is both. It's both.
Because movies get movie budgets, TVs get TV budgets.
Okay, so does that mean that every Disney Marvel series is a movie, not a TV show?
What?
If say Moon Knight
series.
So
the series is a series. Because if you watch it like with skipping the credits, like when you do the autoplay thing, it skips all the credits. So are you watching a movie? No, you're still watching a fucking series.
But what if they cut all of the credits entirely and just have one run directly into the other, completely unbroken?
What if the people that made it and run the Halo forums literally labeled a web series? What if that happens? What if the people who actually
it's also
created
labeled
it, not
a
the
movie.
assholes arguing? No, it's not. It's labeled a web series. We
not on the DVD
the same screenshot.
No, the thing is,
it's the same one.
When you it's a web series. If you buy the DVD, it comes as the movie form, not as the series form.
There's no as a movie form. They just slapped it all into one long continuous thing. Nothing changes.
Which makes it a movie, not a series.
No, get out of here.
Because it's no longer episodes. It's one continuous thing.
It's still episodic. It still has cliffhangers that move from one thing to the next. You just watch them immediately.
Well, that's like saying any 2-hour movie can be broken into episodes. Is that a series or is that a TV show?
Was it made as a TV show?
Okay,
or was it made
how about
as a
this?
Movie?
Okay, here's the thing I forgot to bring up to you when we had this discussion. Stephen King's It. What is it?
A miniseries.
And it's a movie.
Nope, it's just a miniseries.
Not now.
It's literally just a miniseries.
They put it out as a whole ass movie.
Because now it's a movie because they put it out in movie
now it's a movie. No, I'm not talking about the redo. I'm talking about
series on TV.
I'm talking about the original. The original put out in movie form. They've released it in movie form now. They combine it all into a single movie. One long ass movie, but
I have one called The Holocaust from the 80s with like James Wood and them in it, and it's like it's in a DVD box. It has like 5 fucking discs in there, but it's still a miniseries.
Wasn't
Roots is still a miniseries. It's not a movie, even though it's all available in one thing. It's still a miniseries.
It's both. It is both. It literally exists in 2 separate forms of entertainment.
No,
either way,
a movie
on.
Is something that is made to be released to movie theaters. A series is something that's made and released for home entertainment, like TVs and web series.
Okay,
that's the biggest difference between the two. I don't give a fuck about where the credits are, how they cut it, what they slap together. A movie is a movie, and a TV series or a series is a series. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna argue.
So
this
if you take a movie and you
around.
break it down into individual episodes, what does that
Was
become?
it made as a movie or was it made for TV as a series?
Both, because it's being because they took it and made it into a
because you
TV
have
show.
made for TV movies and you have made for TV series. So there's two different things.
And you also have made for streaming things. So that's a different
which
story
are series. It's not, don't call them things because you want to try to
well, no, because
wrong.
you can have made for
streaming series.
You can go straight to streaming movies and straight to streaming shows.
Go to streaming movies and find me Stranger Things.
I'm not, but Stranger Things hasn't been presented as a movie.
It can be. If you watch it back to back, it skips all the credits and plays
what
one
if
long
what? But
thing.
if the producers take the episodes, trim all the credits, put it together in a single unbroken form, and slap movie on it. What is it?
Movie on it. It doesn't say movie on it.
It might.
It doesn't. We looked at the case. Remember, we pulled up pictures and everything. It doesn't say that shit on there.
I'm just saying it exists as both.
Whatever.
It can exist as both. Either way, moving on. We got way more to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. Jay, you're wrong. It's a series. Move along.
Either way,
just let me say it now because I'm just gonna say it once so he can just copy and paste it. Jay, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me try with a different tone. Jay, you're wrong.
I'm just gonna.
Jay, you're wrong.
Because you're gonna have to leave before I'm done reading everything. I'm just gonna take that and just
cut those and
insert it in every single question. So he put in top 5 Predator movies because you talked about your Predator movie rankings. It's got
there's only 4 Predator movies.
Well, he's adding an AVP and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So number 5 is a tie. It says Predators and The Predator. Stop doing ties.
Ooh,
that's bullshit.
No way.
Stop doing ties. Ties are bullshit.
No, first of all, ties are a real thing. They happen all the time in sports ball. All the time.
Yeah, this isn't a game. This is a list.
It's literally a game.
It's a list. You can't have two things existing.
Sure,
in the
you
same
can.
spot. Okay, so
but anyways, I can't believe he put The Predator and Predators on the same wavelength. Again, you're wrong already, Jay. First thing you said, you're wrong.
Number 4 would be AVPR. So that would be Rikki.
You put AVP above Predators, and we're talking about Predators with Adrian Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're just wrong. Just the whole rest of this list is wrong.
And he put AVP above that, which
my god,
which actually makes sense. AVP is better than AVPR.
Oh my god!
I'm not saying it's better than Predators. I'm saying that AVP by itself is better than AVPR.
I agree with you, and they're both better than The Predator. I even said that in my list.
Everything's better than The Predator.
Oh, dude. Hey, Jay, where did he say he lived at? Wyoming or some shit?
Oh, I don't know. All right, number 2 is Predator 2. And number 1 is Predator.
And where's Prey at? See, Prey's an actual Predator movie, and
he can't rank it if he hasn't seen it. You can't rank it if you haven't seen it.
He put 2 things that aren't even Predator movies on the list, so of course he can.
Okay. Either way. So continuing on. So remember, he's answering questions as he's writing replies and or asking questions as we go through the episode. So
understood. This is
in chronological order.
So it's not going to be like last week and shit.
Yeah. So this is I don't even remember which episode this is actually. 20.
I don't care what multiverse we're in. This whole email is just wrong so far.
Yeah. Okay. So because there was a whole question where he was saying his favorite story from one episode of the Manhattan Project was something about EE and Wolfie. Having a car ride together. So he says EE and Wolfie at a con or something went to get food with some other people. So he's...
Oh, okay. I know which one he's talking about now.
Yep,
I know which one he's talking about because Wolfie talked about it again. I know which one he's talking about.
Yep. Okay. I already addressed that particular comment. All right. In the Name of the King is not a trash movie. I just think it's better as a series or a trilogy. Okay. Well, I haven't seen it. So
got you. Because that's based off a book series.
Yep.
No.
I have seen a couple of Transformer cartoon episodes in 2002 on Boomerang/Cartoon Network. So he's seen 1 or 2 G1 cartoons. Or episodes, I should say.
Oh, and let me go ahead and preface this. I'm going to talk shit. Like, I'm an extremist. Like, I'm not, like, in conversation-wise like this. There's a reason why I talk this way, but that's not really how I think about it. I'm glad, like, and I think I've even said it on here, I'm glad that those crap-ass Bayverse movies exist because it made my kids interested in Transformers. It made, obviously, this idiot Jay interested in Transformers. Like, it made a lot of people interested in Transformers and put it back in the universe again. But they're still shit fucking movies. And I'm only giving him shit because he had the nerve to call it G1. Garbage.
He said
Just
it was his G1.
No. Just don't. But don't. Just say that was your introduction to Transformers. Don't call it G1. That's disrespectful. It's garbage.
Yeah. All right. So now he's asking a question, except he didn't put a question mark. Please put question marks. Make my life easy. I'm Ron Burgundy. I need to actually have the right punctuation. So Shoki, did you get the Transformers?
Classy, San Francisco?
Yes, San Francisco? San Diego.
San Diego, yeah, whatever it was.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. He says, Shoki, did you get the Transformers X crossover comic / toy from Target? That would be the Ectotron. Wait, Ectotron wasn't specifically at Target, because I got it at Walmart.
I don't think it was Target exclusive, but they reissued it again at Target.
They did.
Like
they did.
Special packaging. Like
I got it.
Thing.
I did pick it up. Did I get? Yeah, and I got the comic. It's actually in my box of mainline Transformers that I'm not doing anything with. Probably going to be selling.
Did you get the X-Men one?
No, I had no interest in that. No interest in that whatsoever. At least the Ecto one, because I'm building an Ecto one. This, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. I wanted Gigawatt or Gigawatt, and I just never managed it. Just because I want a DeLorean representation.
Yeah. I would like it if you couldn't see the fucking feet through the windshield. That was trash.
Yeah, because wait, which one?
The DeLorean.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like when you transform him, his windshield is actually the bottom of the feet.
Yeah, because it's also a remold of the Sideswipe mold, so it's already dumb in a way.
Yeah.
Although,
they did somebody put out a third-party upgrade kit that supposedly fixed that issue.
Probably. I mean, just paint the fucking windshield. I mean, really, just paint the windshield. I wish Hasbro would do the same thing that third party does. Just paint the fucking windshield.
If it's a siege remold, you could probably go on Toy Hacks and just order the window stickers and throw it right on there.
Yeah, but it's a different shape entirely. So I mean, like, you could get something.
Just order a big one and trim it down.
Just send it to Sean, have him repaint it. Yeah. All right, let's see here, and then just leave it in fucking DeLorean mode, because who needs anything else? All right, where am I? Okay, now this is a weird one. Now this one's to me, but I don't even know how to address it.
You at least have it all in English this time?
It's all in English, yes. So, trying to find Power Rangers / Mighty Morphin comics. Can you get me a pic of the cover for the first issue of each? There's 4 or 5 covers / titles that come up on Amazon. So what you're seeing on Amazon is actually the trade paperbacks or the hardcovers. That's why you're seeing multiple things.
He wants you to send him a picture of all the number ones.
The number ones of Mighty Morphin. And we'll see, here's the problem though, because if you're talking
variants
about that, well, there's that too. No, the problem is actually that if he's talking about the current Mighty Morphin / Power Rangers, that's the after the reboot, or after the soft reboot from Shattered Grid. So that's not even starting at the beginning. You have to go all the way back to Power Rangers and Go-Go Power Rangers. That's where the story
I'm assuming
starts.
That's what he's talking about. I think that's what he's talking about.
Well, no, because he's actually
wanting to do a whole run.
Yeah, but he didn't specify that, because he did say Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers with the /, which is the current run of comics. So Power Rangers has been continuous, technically speaking. There has been a single numbered run all the way up to 100, which is about to happen with the Death Ranger.
From like the fucking
From
90s.
The beginning. Not from the 90s, but from where the comic book started. So they've done a single continuous storyline with single numbers there, but then when the reboot happened, they split off into the 2 separate titles, Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin, that started their own new numbering system with separate covers and stuff like that. So it exists in 3 separate forms, because that other version of Power Rangers covers Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. So each one is counting up to the next one and includes both comic runs in the single timeline. So they're like telling 2 separate stories with 2 separate comic lines, and then the middle one, which is continuing the initial story all the way through. So that makes
Real
sense.
Quick, sorry to interrupt you. I
Sure.
just got an email notification from BBTS. They're going to be processing Snake Eyes and Timber, the one with the gray timber, not the white one.
Yeah.
Yep, that one's going to be processing soon.
Nice. Actually, I got to get on BBTS here, I think in about 15 minutes, and see if I can pre-order the Power Rangers Chun-Li figure that was announced today. So,
Oh, yeah.
So they did Ryu yesterday. They're doing Chun-Li today, which looks fucking fantastic. It's like
it's in the Yellow Ranger suit or whatever.
Not really.
No,
that's it.
I'm thinking of something different.
Yeah, that's the other Yellow Ranger. I'll send you the picture.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Dino Thunder.
Yeah, Dino Thunder. Fuck that. All right, so once I had the Legacy Dino Thunders, I just wasn't into that series realistically. All right, and then he also says right at the bottom, Walmart has box sets of Mighty Morphin TV shows for $29.98 or $39.98, which I assume is either Blu-ray or DVD. Yeah, I know you can do that. You can also get a lot of it from Shout Factory as well. They were one of the, and you can get a lot of Sentai from Shout Factory as well. So if you want to watch the original forms, you can do that. Okay, so that's the first email.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And they only get longer from there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've never even opened this one. Is absurd. All right. So this one is comments on episode 21 and 22 and Realm Hatton Project episode 4. So this
Remind me of... Yeah, I still don't think he has the Realm Hatton thing down pat because we literally just did episode 4.
Yeah, I think he's just doing...
Because he's kind of like, anytime he's watched them and one of them got pulled, so we don't even know what happened to that one. Like YouTube pulled it.
Community guidelines, probably.
Yeah, well, the first one got pulled. The number 1 and number 2, the actual shows, number 1 and number 2, got pulled.
Mm-hmm.
We fought it. They gave 1 back, and they still haven't answered us on number 2.
Is it community or is it copyrights?
It was community.
Oh,
like the
what are you guys
so they
saying?
Haven't told us, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is they haven't told us anything.
By the way, it can be comments.
It can be comments, and it can also just be assholes that are jealous of what's going on with the show. Also, it could be complaining about it to YouTube, and YouTube will pull it.
You want to hear something insane real quick? We had a podcast episode back when I used to do the Shoky Nerdcast, live like that, where I'd have like 4 or 5 people on just chit chatting. One episode got pulled live. We were on stream, got pulled because someone was wearing a shirt with a copyrighted image on it. Like it was a Mega Man shirt.
That's crazy.
And they called it copyright claims mid thing. I was like, we're not even doing anything. There's no music. There's nothing playing. What the fuck? So I literally had to change his shirt, and then we got the stream back.
Well, we don't know. We can't prove anything, but we think it's somebody fucking around with us because we've also been getting nailed with bots, like sex bots in the chat.
Do you know how you get rid of that? Just
we ban it. We block them.
No, not even that. The way you get around it. And this has worked really successfully on my live streams. You set the whoever's in charge of setting up the live stream, right? You have to set in the initial settings. You set subscribers only, and they have to be subscribed for at least 10 minutes, because a bot won't subscribe to you just to comment because it's in and out. So gotcha. I've had only 1 bot get through, and I think that's because I used an old setting without paying attention, because I usually reuse my live stream settings over.
I have to run that by them because it's the realm.
They should do it. Period.
Realm of collectors. So that's why I'm saying I have to run it up the chain.
Tell the bosses that. Yeah.
But that's why we're thinking but it has to be individualized. That's one of the reasons why we think it's a personal thing, is because all of us, including myself, because you hear I am on here and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm even toned down on that. But all of us have been on other shows and nothing has ever happened. Ever, never, ever, never, 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 never happened on any of the other shows. But it literally wasn't until this show started that it happened. It only happens at this show. And it only happens during the actual shows. It never happens during the hangouts.
Oh, sorry. I was reading ahead while you were talking. Oof. I'm glad you're here.
I don't know why he's talking shit.
Oh, he says some shit. All right. So, by the way,
I'm going to tell you right now, if he gets out of fucking line, it's going to be an issue.
Either way. So, this is combining comments on episodes 21 and 22 for N.Y.M.I.A, and then RHP, as he puts it, episode 4, which, as we now know, is not episode 4. All right, it says, hey guys, here's why my emails are so long. So YouTube doesn't do to my comments what they did to Shoky. You guys need a community tab on the channel. Guess you'll just have to suffer with reading my emails. So I've already replied to him on that because he brought that up before. You can't have a community channel until you have at least 500 subscribers. We have 25. So that's going to take a while. But no, community tab won't even do me any good. If that, you can leave long comments, you just can't cuss in them because
No, the
it gets caught.
the comments have a number cut off. Like it cuts off after like 80 or 100 characters.
Some of them do, but I've had where you can leave like just huge comments. Well, maybe that's a subscriber count thing. So, because I feel like I don't have that problem on my main channel, but my smaller channels do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be something in that. But I mean, you can leave multiple comments if you want to, because you can just you can have a comment chain for yourself. You can, you know, a lot of people have done that where you just keep replying to yourself to add the next comment. You can do that. And long emails are fine, except that, of course, it will take us an hour to get through your email. You know, and when there's only you emailing us, that's one thing. If we eventually get to the point that more people are emailing us with questions and stuff like that, you know, we can't spend an hour on a single email, obviously. So, you know, just a thing to be thoughtful on. In the future. We do like your writing in with your opinions and stuff like that. It's just be mindful.
I'm on the clock today, man.
Yeah, I know. This is the other problem. You are on the clock today. Probably not even going to get past this email. All right, so episode 21. I don't remember which one that one was off the top of my head, because we just dropped episode 23 this morning. I can't remember which one episode 21 was. So rating 7.1. I like that he's rating our episodes.
I couldn't care less about his ratings.
Yep, I would like it if somebody would rate it on a streaming service where it actually does good to rate something. So let's see here. It was either Prince of Persia or Mortal Kombat Annihilation as the dishonorable mention. Now, Rikki, which is it? Number 5, Mortal Kombat first, and new one. Both have good and bad things. Okay, I get what he's saying. Because we didn't know which Mortal Kombat he was saying. He just put Mortal Kombat. So he was.
We assumed he meant the other one.
I assumed both.
The original.
Yeah. So
But point being is Annihilation still made his good list, so he's still fucking wrong.
I like this. He says, "Shoky, good points, but you had a hard time getting them in." I believe he's referring to other people talking. Robert / Dormammu, cool guest for a little timid, and I think Rikki scared him, or he's just nervous. Mostly just.
See, that's where you're fucking wrong. I'm the one who got Dormammu to come over here, dumbass. I'm friends with him.
Now, mind you, it's only his first episode was 21, so so yes, it was timid to a degree. Okay, stop giving me fucking notifications right now. I don't know what that is. All right, so this one. A good point. Let's see here. Okay, so I was reading ahead just a little bit. All right, so this is the one that we don't need to go into a big rant on. You can just yell off screen. All right, so Rikki, the MCU changed something. So the fuck what? All I heard after Shoky said She-Hulk was wah, 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 wah. It's not the comic one. If I want to hear
see again, that's what he fucking heard. He's fucking got dicks in his ears because that's not what I said.
Let me finish. If I want to hear a baby crying, I will go to Walmart. A fucking hour and 10 minutes of it. Get over yourself.
What do you mean let you finish? I don't need to listen to this motherfucker talk shit because he's wrong. His very first sentence was wrong. So that means everything after it is fucking wrong. That is the literal definition of a straw man argument. That's literally what he just wrote.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking dumb because I didn't say that. So his whole entire argument is against something I didn't say. So go fuck yourself. Next.
Okay, so She-Hulk's spirit and personality in the comics is She-Hulk smash and almost no clothes. That's it. This is a smart She-Hulk. How the fuck do you know what her spirit is? As far as I've read in the comics, smart She-Hulk doesn't exist. I could be wrong. That's actually all
so you're
wrong.
Way wrong. So shut the fuck up. Next.
That part is wrong. I will
off by a long shot and wasn't even my argument to begin with. So he's just wrong.
If
I to the part where he starts talking about something else because he started off wrong, he's just making it worse.
Well, I would keep reading, but you keep talking over me. All right, I could be wrong. If I am, give me the issue number of. It didn't in that sense properly, but it's fine. No, she did have some moments where she was more savage, especially early on. But yes.
Oh, you mean the one where it literally said the savage She-Hulk? Yeah, those ones would not be the ones we're talking about, asshole.
Yeah, so she has her savage moments, but now that She-Hulk episode 1 has come out, we just haven't gotten to talk about it yet.
I don't mind people arguing me and try to prove me wrong or something, but at least fucking come with what I'm actually talking about. Because I never fucking said she had to be like the comics. That was Mike, and he wasn't even here to talk about that shit. So, wrong.
As for talking with our wallets, we have tried that before, and it got us nowhere. They just said, I guess no one wants this, so we'll stop making it. Hold on. Oh, that keeps the IP on lockdown so no one else can do it either. That has happened. Realistically,
so he'd rather buy shit because he's afraid of them shutting it down. That sounds to me like they got you by your nuts, dude.
Well, he's talking about movies, and he's talking about movies and TV shows and
movies
specific.
either. I would rather them shelve it and then come back to it later with a new person and a new fresh set of people, because they turn out their overhead and their producers and the companies that make those things and the presidents of those companies, those things flip all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
The Kathy Kennedys and the Mike Eisners and all that, that's a bygone era. People don't last 20-30 years in those jobs anymore. Now they're like every 5 years they're trying to do somebody new,
which is kind of a problem realistically, because it's the
inverse.
Yes. It's the inverse of the problem, because now that you're doing so much turnover, you get what happened with the Discovery WB situation.
But
where they're canning everything.
As long as you keep one person in there, like a Feige overseeing it,
mm-hmm.
the next step down from him, those people are those are the ones that are going to directly interface with what's happening with the movies and stuff. And those are the ones that they can switch out. And what I'm saying is if they're making a shit run of movies, just shelve it. Shove the MCU for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever, until you switched all those people out, and then give it another fucking whack.
If you have that kind of time and money investment, sure.
Dude, we're talking about Disney. They have all the monies.
Yeah,
all of it.
But the problem is that everyone right now, every major corporation is looking at where they're going to cut shit right now. That is a big,
which is reality. Ridiculous, because this is what a lot of people are missing too. During the hardest part of the pandemic, the height of it, when we were all shut down and staying in our houses and not going anywhere, these companies were setting record-breaking gains. I want you to understand how fucked up that is. We weren't allowed to go nowhere. We weren't allowed to spend money and go nowhere. But these motherfuckers were still making hundreds of billions of dollars. They can afford to lose some money. They'll be okay. None of their kids are going to go without eating for a while. Hell, none of their great grandkids are going to go without eating if they didn't make any more money. They'll be okay.
They don't have grandkids. They never mind. I'm not going to finish this statement. Yeah. Anyways, so moving on, because you're running out of time. All right, N.Y.M.I.A episode.
I'm still good.
Okay, well, you said noon.
No,
6 minutes.
I said that's when we were starting.
Oh, I thought you said you only had till that time.
No, I have till 2.
Oh.
2 my time. I said that in there.
Oh, sorry. I was off. I was sitting there rushing. I thought you only.
But if it'll rush you through this stupid fucking email, yeah.
Oh no, this email should have been addressing Rikki, is what it should have been. All right.
It shouldn't have been. This email should have never been written, because his arguments aren't even what I said.
So I will say, having read ahead while you were ranting, he should
pay more attention to what I'm actually saying.
No, he needs to address Realm Hatton project stuff there, not here. Like you're talking about a different show.
An issue.
No, but I mean, like, he's literally just rating and talking about the show. But like, this isn't that show. We don't do that show here. You want to leave a comment there? Leave a comment there. If the episode's still up, it's like, and I'll say that now, dude. Is like, I appreciate you because Rikki's here. You want to talk about it, but that's not our show. It has nothing to do with us.
What he's saying is it's harder because it's just a comment section.
Well, no, because of the comment he left for that, like, he literally could have put all in a single comment over there. Okay. So let me read on. Let me read on.
If okay, as long as Shoky's cool with it, make a separate email with any Realm Hatton shit you want to put in there, and put it in the subject line that it's Realm Hatton, and Shoky can just shoot it to me. Yeah, I can look at it.
Yeah, I can just
and then I can comment about it on Realm Hatton. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving you my email because you sound like a fucktard, and I don't want your email.
If there was a centralized place for that show to be contacted, we'll give you that info. Because
it's just the comment
section. Address their stuff there. You don't need to do it here. So either way. Episode 22, rating 8.4, so we're doing pretty good. Not many comments on this one. Robert is a lot better in this one. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I mean,
up more.
It's not even that he's just opening up. It's like he also doesn't know where to. He is timid in the fact that he just doesn't know where to step. He's not scared to talk. He doesn't know where he's going to land if he steps somewhere. So we're still feeling it out. You know, it's
because let me tell you, he's far from timid. Because in the private chat, he goes. He'll go for long times.
Like,
but it's not that.
He's currently the backbone of a lot of our conversations because he's throwing so much stuff at us. So
and he agrees with me on most things. Ha ha.
No,
and that's the part I want him to start talking about on this fucking thing because I'm tired of always being told I'm wrong. He
agrees
with me.
Let's go back to where he said Shoki's right. I'm going to start this segment where it's called Shoky is right.
You sound just like my ex-wife. That one time she did one thing and she said that means she did it all the time.
Yeah, remember all those times you sided with Will because he liked you that one time? So,
yeah,
same thing. So either way, Rikki.
But he always agreed with me.
So here we go. Here's his critique of Rikki from episode 22. So he's breaking down
22 again.
That was last week's, which was an episode. See, the problem. This was the problem. This is the no. See, this is why I have to get us back on track because we can't remember what happened 3 fucking weeks ago when we recorded.
Just tell me what we talked about in the episode. I'll be good to go.
If I knew off the top of my head, because I just edited 23 last night.
What was the title of 22? Sometimes that's a good giveaway.
The title is usually good as a giveaway. Give me a second. 22 was nope. That's the extra. Oh, that's 20.
Plus, you know what? Let me look on Podbean because you always give like a little short blip. Hold on.
Always. That's the one where we talked about Lightyear, Black Mirror, and a whole bunch of that stuff. That was Lightyear. Okay. That was the one I called it. Lightyear and Black Mirror would just be the terminal list.
Okay.
That's the title of that one. So we were just basically talking TV shows the whole time.
Well, so maybe, but
yeah, that's all it was.
Podbean while you read.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read because Podbean you actually give descriptions on it.
Yeah, I know. I do it on YouTube too. All right, so Rikki, G1 stands for Gen 1. Bayverse movies were my first real in-depth look at Transformers. They're okay movies, but they have problems. There's not a but there. Actually, no, that's the proper use of but, because everything that comes before the word but means nothing. So they're okay movies is bullshit. So they have problems just like all other game comic-based movies, which is lore / making money. Yeah, it's a good point. So he's not correcting you. He was just clarifying.
I didn't need him to clarify what Generation 1 means. And more importantly, he just defined for himself that Bayverse can't be Generation 1 because it wasn't the first generation of Transformers. So fuck off. Don't call it G1. He literally just defined it himself that he was wrong.
Well, here's what he says right here. It's like, excuse me. It's like someone saying
we also talked about our X's on 22. Sorry.
Yeah, this one that started with our X's. Yep. Yeah. It's like someone saying that the newest Batman movie is their G1 Batman.
No, that could be their first experience of Batman, but still not G1 Batman.
Well, there's no G1 Batman.
Technically, there is.
No, I mean, but there's nothing labeled G1 like Transformers does. Like,
but
Transformers had Generation 1 and Generation 2 and so on and so forth.
They made those titles in the comics. Like, that's how they titled their comics.
Yeah, but like...
using the
Batman
phrasing of what it is, it's the introduction of the Transformers was G1.
Yeah, but
like
it is
their first introduction.
But that only became G1 because they actually gave us G2. So
yeah, Generation 2.
There was literally Generation 2. So like nobody else realistically.
But the comics do like Gold
way.
Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. They kind of do the same thing.
That's slightly different.
It's same general idea, no? Because
that's a cluster of time, though. That's when they.
So was G1. G1 was from what 82 to like 90.
Well, yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
But you could also say that anything done right, like Regeneration 1, the comics for Transformers, it's a new telling of that same time period.
But it's not G1, it's Regeneration 1.
Yeah.
Like if I asked you, did you read Transformers G1 comic number 2? I'm not talking about the Regeneration number 2 because I didn't say Regeneration.
Well, no, but what I'm getting at is that Regeneration 1 goes over that same exact period of time.
Yeah.
But it's not, but we can't say G1 is a period of time. It's the story. Like G1 is that chunk of story. Whereas the Golden Age, Silver Age, unless you're considering them all to be the exact same timeline, it doesn't work that way. Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age is
they all are
differentiated. No, because they changed it up in the Silver Age.
Recently they've just done it with all that multiverse bullshit.
No, they did it back then too.
It was all one continual story. No, it was all one continual story.
That's arguable.
Yeah.
It's arguable.
They just changed the outfits. That's all they did.
Okay. So
the artists changed the stuff, but remember, I'm the guy who has all the Batman comics.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Batman Detective Comics 27 is the same Batman as in Detective Comics number 207. You know what I mean? It's the same Batman because it was all one continuity. It was just different times it was written.
Okay. So I'm not going to read on because the rest of it's about Realm Hatton Project, but I'll copy and paste it to you. Then you can send it to the guys. All right. So this one.
Yeah, I probably won't do that.
Well, no, it's just critiquing everybody. That's all it is. Okay. So.
Oh, okay.
So this
we
one.
Got our own, what's his name? Robert Eagle. What his name? Ebert.
Siskel Ebert.
Roger Ebert. Yeah.
Okay, so
thumbs up.
This one is actually a forwarded email because Christine emailed me directly instead of emailing the podcast, so I emailed it over here. So
this is the one we were talking to today?
Yeah, Christine C.
She was nice.
She was in the chat before I was because I forgot because I was at work when the episode went live and we actually debuted it, premiered it so that we had to have a live chat. It was fun actually being able to talk with people.
That was cool. It won't happen often that I can be in there on them.
No.
I just happen to be off today.
Yeah. So, I mean, like,
I thought that was cool.
Generally be there
interacting with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it helps build the algorithm. All right. So this is actually from episode 22 bonus. So this is episode 22 bonus. This is where you and I were just talking food after Rob left.
Oh, okay.
So literally titled that one, "This One Will Make You Hungry."
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was at work listening to it, and it was making me hungry.
Exactly. And I've listened to it 3 times post-editing, so I've gotten hungry. Pretty much. All right, so Christine usually doesn't write a lot, and she wrote a lot. So this will be interesting. Nice. So she says, finally, a topic I have enough to say on that I get to send an email. So before I moved to the middle of nowhere and a culinary vacuum that doesn't even get food deliveries, I consider myself a food explorer. I was always looking for the next new taste to try. I tend to use how the service in a restaurant is as an indicator of how good the food will be. Relationships with regular customers is another. I like service and I like being catered to while dining. Yeah. I will also say cleanliness of the bathroom generally also is a measurement by which you can judge service and food quality, probably. Because we went to a Mediterranean buffet in Austin.
Well, that's where you messed up. Is you have any kind of like really foreign food that's not normal American palated food usually doesn't sit well with people's stomachs if they don't eat it often. Yeah. And then you made it a buffet and then you gave them a bathroom. Well, kind of asking for anything that's about to happen.
Well, I had been to the same chain, but here, and it was really good. Like everything about it is good. Actually, it makes me want Mediterranean food now talking about it. But we walked in
last night for dinner.
Nice. So we walked in. It's not super busy, and it's like 2 PM or something. And we were hungry. There's just what I can best say is the manager sitting on a stool by the front door reading a newspaper. We walk over to the food, the food line to grab a plate, and like the food just doesn't look great, for lack of a better.
Looked like it might have been sitting under the heat lamps for a while.
Probably. And I had to go to the bathroom. Actually, we both had to go to the bathroom. We were on a road trip for the day. Actually, we've been visiting the Gundam Club. Actually, this is how long ago it was. And I go to the men's room, and it smells so bad. Like someone had done their business, and then like nobody like has cleaned in there in a while.
Maybe they upper decked it.
It was horrible, dude. Like I went in to take a piss and I was gagging. And I was like, the sink is gross, everything is nasty, and like Jessica comes out and she said she didn't even use the bathroom because there was already 2 women in there and it was just bad as it was. And I'm like, yeah, let's just fucking leave. And because if the bathroom is this disgusting and the food already doesn't look appetizing, and this is a place that we've technically eaten at before, just in another city. And it's like we walked out, like, mind you, we were only in there for less than 5 minutes. We walked in, looked at the food, went to the bathroom, walked the fuck out, and like walked right past the manager and loudly said, "This place is disgusting," and fucking left. So, measuring the bathroom by generally some type of quality.
Mine is bathroom. The food service areas here in a buffet where they're serving the food at matters too.
Yeah, it better be clean and the food better look fresh.
If I see one bug, just one.
Oh, if it's a bug, that's a whole different story. I'm not even
like
talking
a fly?
about bugs.
No, I'm saying if there's like a fly around,
that might have been the other thing. I think I saw a couple of dead roaches by the thing. If I remember correctly.
All the way out. Yeah. All the way out. But like it's
there it is.
the bathrooms, the silverware, and their glasses. Those are the easiest way to tell if they're clean or not.
I need 2 seconds to pop over to BBTS
Mm-hmm.
because I just saw it. There it is.
Go ahead, do your thing. But yeah, those are the ones that I'll judge it by. Like I'll come in and we'll get our table, and the first thing I'll do is I'll look at our glasses, like drinking glasses, and look for spots in the residues and stuff. And I know that happens with dishwashers a lot, but you can tell if you've worked in restaurants or kitchens a lot, you can tell there's layers to it. So like if it's really thick on there, that means they don't
layers to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That means they don't bother even trying to delime later on.
Yeah.
That means they're not deliming their machine, or they're not deliming the glasses after prolonged uses.
I'm glad I saw that.
And then I'll check the silverware, because proper silverware cleaning, there is a standard. You have to flat tray them, spray them off, flat tray them, send them through, separate them into those little cups with the holes in it, the breather holes.
Sure.
Run it through with all the points facing upwards.
Yeah, not downwards. Why do people put it in there that way?
Well, you're supposed to. Hold on.
Okay.
Because you run it through with all the points facing upwards, bring it back around, spray them off still inside those cups, and then flip them all over so the points are facing downwards, and run it again.
Oh.
And the reasoning behind it, you do 3 processes: one open on the flat tray, one points up, and one points down, and you spray off in between each run. And the reason why the last one is points down is so that when your server or whoever rolls the silverware or brings you silverware goes to grab it, they're not touching a part you're going to be touching your food with.
That makes sense. All right. Sorry, now that I purchased that thing, I can now.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. I was just filling time because I know
you're fine
about that.
It's amazing that it took no time to just go ahead and order that.
Gotta love it.
All right. At a local drive-through coffee shop, the cashier would recite my regular order to me when she saw my car. Gotta love a place that recognizes you. In a good way, I should say. At a local sports bar, our drinks would be on the way to our table from one direction as we were coming from the other to be seated. So like
that's pretty cool.
You're so well known that they're getting your drinks as soon as you walked in the door.
Where everybody knows your name.
Yep. At a local grill, we would hold up 2 fingers to the waitress as we pass by to quickly check out the store next door. That's a hard thing to say.
Yeah, and just to let them know when you're going to be back.
Yep. And when we returned, our 2 lunch meals would be ready, and we had no waiting time. Excellent.
That's awesome.
All right. So,
I used to have a place like that
I see what she means. I see what she means. Yeah.
I used to have a place like that in Tampa that was a steak joint. And me and my friends used to go there so often. Like we'd walk in and servers would see us, and we would just hold up, like the gap between your pointer and your thumb.
Yeah.
Tell them how thick we wanted our steaks, and she already knew how we wanted our steaks cooked.
Nice.
Like it would just be ready to go. They'd be firing off as we were walking through the door.
Excellent. Let's see here. While sitting in a casino, a server saw me on his way to his break, went and brought me a coffee, and then proceeded to break without me asking anything. Nice. She didn't say anything, just went and got her a coffee and then left for his break. Excellent. I don't know where that is in particular. Christine says she spent time in New Orleans for a while, so I'm assuming in New Orleans because she's up in Canada now. Okay. I enjoy a wide variety of foods.
She's the one that lives in the only other place that's not where Mike lives.
Yes.
Okay, now I remember the name. Okay, cool.
Yep. All right, so I enjoy a wide variety of foods except cilantro. She's got the cilantro gene. Oysters, mussels, and clams. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those squishy
I don't like
things
raw. I don't like raw stuff like that. It's like sucking down snot. I'm not down for that.
I won't even eat the fried ones just because
I won't eat fried.
I know
what
it is.
It tastes like fried snot. No, just because of the texture.
Yeah. If I don't like something, it means I've actually tried it and I don't care for it. Yes, exactly. Overall,
I taught my youngest. Because he likes to cook. Like I like to cook, and he's a texture eater, and he has issues with some things. And so I taught him different ways to try to handle like different sizes and different preparations and different cooking ways to be able to get past it. I said, but this is what I told him is the human body, your taste buds change every 5 to 7 years. I said, so when you think you don't like something, give it a little while and give it a whack again and see if it's changed. And he said, really? And I said, yeah. So he'll flat out say it. Like he's not a fan of like mushrooms. Like if you have like whole mushrooms and something like sliced mushrooms, he's not a fan of it. Like when I make my lasagna or my spaghetti, like mushrooms are in my sauce, but I dice them up real fine.
Yeah.
So he has no issues with that, but he doesn't want like a sliced mushroom like in anything. And
yeah, I'm with him on that.
No care, and I'm not a huge fan of whole mushrooms myself, but Kara makes these stuffed mushroom caps, and it's like, what was it again? It was cream cheese, garlic, the bits of the stem, and something else, and you chop it all up and mix it together to make the mixture that you put inside the mushroom cap, and then you coat the whole top with Parmesan, so it gets like a Parmesan flake across the top.
I got you.
And you bake that off. Let me tell you what, I will eat these things till they're coming out my fucking ears. And she made them a couple weeks ago, and he said, I want to try one. And he tried it. He said, I think I like it now. And he said, he when he said that, he says, so I guess my taste buds changed, like you said, Dad. And I am not one, I talk a lot of shit and joke a lot, but in life, in reality, I'm not one of those, I won't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. So he pointed out one time that taste buds changed, and I said, okay, let's do this. And I got a burger and I put some fucking raw onion on it. I took one bite out that motherfucker and spit it everywhere.
Yeah.
But I tried, and I told him, I was like, nope, still no the raw onions for me, man. I'm still all the way out on them. But he laughed. He said, but you tried. I said, that's right.
Yeah. So I will say, I think that it's not just that your taste buds, quote unquote, replace themselves. I think part of it is also palate. It's palate maturity. Because as kids, we love, generally speaking, we'll love very simple tasting foods. Yeah. Not just that, but simple. Like chicken nuggets. There's like a flavor of chicken nuggets. It's like, that's it. You know, there ain't a lot to that. But as an adult, you want chicken that tastes like something, you know, not just the sauce of the thing. Now, mind you, everybody will go revert a little bit here and there. Like,
as a kid, you like plain ass McDonald's fries, but as an adult, you know, Checkers fries are better.
Never had Checkers, to be honest.
Or Rallies. You never had either one of those?
I don't think either exists here.
Dude, if you come,
I mean, I like seasoned fries. I like seasoned fries.
I know y'all were talking about coming this way, dude. If you do, hit a Checkers, man. Them fries will change your fucking life, dude.
If we're going on a real trip, I'm not going to a single chain place that I've ever heard of. Like, if I have this, I don't want it,
dude.
Yeah, it's like,
dude, they have this one. They literally call it a fry lovers. Like, they have small, medium, large, and fry lovers. And what they literally
is that the five? That's a Five Guys level. That's what that is.
I don't know. I don't like Five Guys. I think it's too expensive. No, we have them. We just ate there a couple weeks ago. They're just too expensive for what you get. It's too expensive to me.
That's true.
But they take their extra large drinking cup and they just fill it with fries.
Yeah, no, that's what Five Guys does. They not only that, what Five Guys will do, they take their large or whatever, you know, drinking cup, they'll fill that up, but then they'll dump more into the bag on top of it. Like, they literally
they'll just like splatter it in there.
Here's everything else, and then they dump another cup of fries on top of that. So like, you're getting like 5 times as much fries as a normal human should consume. But I do like their Louisiana fries. The Five Guys Louisiana fries are actually pretty decent.
Well, the Checkers ones, the flavor, whatever they use, it's everybody loves it so much. They now have mozzarella sticks that have that seasoning on them, and they have chicken tenders that have that seasoning on them.
Oh, you know what,
dude? Those mozzarella sticks, I'll fight somebody for them.
So, you know, you talked about your tester item on this episode. Mozzarella sticks will be my tester item at fast food.
Mozzarella sticks is my tester item to see if they know how to fucking cook.
Well, if
there's one single drop of cheese coming out of that motherfucker, I know they don't know how to cook.
Yeah. Well, to me, like, what's funny, I think one of my favorite mozzarella sticks that I've had for fast food anyways was actually before they got bought out, Arby's. I used to love Arby's. For whatever reason, it was the perfect level of the right kind of cheese, not too much breading. The ranch was really good. I prefer ranch over marinara with my cheese sticks. And something about it that were just really, really good. And then they, you know, once they got bought by Sonic, everything changed. Well, not everything, but a lot of things changed. Sonic's cheese sticks are not bad. They're, you know, I'll get them on the occasion when I don't really just feel like having tots. And they're good once again with ranch, but they're not as hearty. There's like, the cheese is different, the breading is different, all of it, and sometimes they'll overcook it, or they'll come out like super greasy. I like a right balance of grease in my cheese sticks. You know, I want some of that melted mozzarella goo, but not cheese.
My
you know,
favorite.
I want the liquid
coming
out of it.
And it's just the flour, like all the cheese is shot out the ass end of it. They still put it in your fucking package.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you motherfucker.
Where it's melted out completely at some point and just but actually what I'll do with those, or like when you bite into it and you pull the whole cheese stick out because it didn't melt quite enough and it didn't stick to the outside, I just fill the thing up with sauce. Like, and then I eat that. It's like, just fill the crust with sauce. Yeah. So fill the crust with sauce and eat it after that. Okay, so the last statement she put in that paragraph. I love that she put everything in paragraphs. This is a real well-written email. Overall, I'm pretty easy on food. Okay, so I have no trouble sending food back, but I try to do it nicely and never had an issue in that regard. Sometimes the restaurants are too nice. If there's something that was wrong or questionable, and I just want to point it out, but still fully intend to continue eating, they'll take my plate, replace it, bring another whatever, and then there's two. Freaking stop calling me whoever you are. Yeah, I've had that happen too. It'd be like, no, I'm fine with this. Just leave it here. You don't have to do anything. I just want to let you know this was an issue, but I'm still going to eat it. And then they take it. Now you have no food until they replace it, right? Okay, I guess that's a good thing. Yep. So when my dad and I used to eat out, it shocked him that places do this because he was not one to complain if something was wrong. Like, it's kind of like me. I won't complain unless something is like desperately wrong or really fucked up, you know? Yeah, because I don't want to cause a scene, but if I get completely the wrong fucking thing, but it's different if it's in a restaurant versus, what the original complaint was, like with DoorDash. It's all the way to our fucking house, from a restaurant that's miles away. It's like, this is going to be an ordeal to get it fixed if it's not just a refund. So, in a restaurant, I'd be more likely to complain. The wifey definitely will. I didn't tell the story there, but we had a horrendous night going to a Red Lobster in College Station. Thank God it's closed now. It didn't survive pandemic. So it is what it is.
I just got a notification from somebody, and no, it's not the Constantine one before you get excited, but they're putting Hellraiser, the movie, it looks like on Hulu, like a reimagining.
Yeah, I saw something about
a show
that.
Or a movie.
Yeah, so I heard something about that coming. Okay, so moving on. Locally, we have a problem with fast food places not having enough staff, making a good number of mistakes. That's everywhere right now. It really is.
Yep.
Yeah.
The new one, Checkers, is going like all automated. Like when you pull up, a computer talks to you and takes your order, and it's like one person in there that takes your money.
Yeah, fuck a lot of that, man. We need these jobs because you need to have basic service industry jobs for kids to fucking learn how to work. Like,
well, that too, and a robot will fuck your shit up. Like,
well, don't even worry about not even just the food, but yeah, on the ordering end, that'll fuck it up. And so I don't mind a kiosk, so like sometimes I'll use a kiosk if a line looks too long, but then it gets weird because, okay, now I've used the kiosk. Where is my order in the line? I have no idea,
Mine is like when it comes to those type of things. I'm a hardcore union person. I was in the union for years.
Same here.
And I was sergeant at arms, recording secretary. I was the union rep for my area. Like I was like high up in there, and so I'm big on using workers, of course, for jobs and small businesses. But
yeah,
I've learned that I go in, like let's say even a self-checkout place.
Yeah,
I will only use self-checkout if I look and like the workers are trash. Like they're standing around talking, or they're taking 45 minutes to pick out which pack of cigarettes somebody is pointing at a gas station. I will just bypass the fuck out of that line. I'm like, nope, I'm not dealing with this idiot today. I'll go use this robot to do my shit instead.
Yeah, I do it for small items.
I try not to do stuff like that because I don't want it to take their jobs away, but they're making it hard not to. Like, how hard is it to put cheese on my burger, but don't put onions on there? Like I literally said, no onions. That doesn't mean a different kind of onions. Doesn't mean slightly less onions. It means no fucking onions. And you can't get that right. I hope the robots get your job.
So, story time. Way back when I worked at Papa John's, before I worked at Domino's, and I was working there with a bunch of friends. This was my second job ever. And this is the same Papa John's where we put all the jalapenos. Yep, we did that. So you remember that story? Good. All right. The hard part is remembering which
assholes
episode.
that were in the.
Yeah.
It was the same. It was the same shopping center, and they'd make you drive it down there. Wouldn't tip.
Exactly. So this happened one night. It was a vegan person who ordered, which is already problematic because pizza dough. Maybe it was just vegetarian. Either way, they ordered. First of all, disgusting pizza. No cheese.
Ew.
Heavy sauce. Straight black olives.
Why didn't they just get breadsticks at that point and just ask for a side?
I don't even understand why they got pizza. because the bread alone isn't vegan. It's like the dough alone isn't vegan, so you're already messing up. So they've requested
the dough should be vegan. It should just be flour, water, salt, and oil.
You gotta have egg in there generally.
No.
Well, you can
put yeast,
but I guess it just depends. Yeast is a living organism, though.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, does that? But well, does it qualify? Either way, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
It's an animal.
Because they're not going to wear
yeast. Yeast is a very, very small animal. Either way,
a bacterium,
which is either way, it's a living organism. So, either
murderers.
Way, exactly. Well, no, the thing was, this is the thing. So
now I'm just picturing a bunch of little yeast bugs screaming for their lives when you stick them in the oven.
They like it to be warm. That's how they do their job.
Hey, Paul,
it's too hot, too hot. So either way, it's a 700-degree oven. They're just like screaming for their lives. It's the end of Toy Story 3. That's what it is.
It's really the grease popping in there. It's they're screaming their lives. That's all the yeast dying in there.
Oh God. That's why the fan is so loud, so we don't hear the screams. It's not to exhaust the heat, and so we don't hear the screaming of billions of tiny yeast dying. Either way, so to continue this story of how we fucked this up 3 times. The first go round, they didn't want any cheese for obvious reason, but also sometimes when you get going really fast, you end up mixing because pepperoni is right next to the cheese in a pizza place because they use the 2 most items right next to each other. So either way, sometimes you accidentally get pepperoni in the cheese, vice versa, you get whatever. And sometimes you pull the cheese tray out, dump it back in the cheese, and you get shit mixed in. That's why some people end up with like small like onions or little cut off bits and randomly on their pizza they didn't ask for. That's why that happens. So the other thing they requested is that they didn't want it cut because the
pizza cutting knives
have touched things that have meat on them.
I know that sounds crazy, but like strictly Orthodox Jewish people will not.
I understand.
Like, you can't even cook food in the same area as something that's not kosher to them.
I understand.
They do the same thing.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
But that's still funny. That's kind of like, we can wash this off. Like, just say you want to
see
fresh.
So they didn't want to cut it all, but they ordered shit on a busy Saturday night.
Send us a bunch of plastic knives to cut our own pizza.
Yeah. No, we fucked it up twice.
Oh, goodness.
The first time, the guy didn't even know, right? Didn't take the order, wasn't a part of it or anything, didn't pay attention to the label. It said, do not cut. Just in a fucking groove. You just slap your pizza peel under there, pizza in the box, cut in 2 seconds, and throw it out the door.
Gotcha.
Cut it, and we caught it. It's like, God damn it, that was not supposed to be cut. So we had to make it again. And then this time, because I wasn't driving at this point for whatever reason, I was in the store. And I said, okay, I'll take care of this. We're good. Pizza comes out, throw it in the box. I fucking cut it.
Oh, God.
I fucking cut it.
Yeah, I know. It happens.
I fucking did it. And I literally just yelled at myself. I'm like, God damn it. Make it again. No one touch it this time. Let it fall in the box from the fucking line. I don't care. Oh, goddamn. That was a bad night, though. I remember that night. In general, that was a really bad fucking night. We had both ovens going. It's just getting absurd. At one point, that store was so busy before they built a new one to help with the volume. They were running both ovens completely packed with like 3 people on the cut table.
God damn.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they couldn't.
I was a manager at Papa John's, so I know exactly. That's a lot.
That was a lot, man. All right. Because, of course, otherwise you end up with pizzas on the floor.
Like when I was like 20, I was a manager at Papa John's.
Yep,
I remember that shit.
So still on this email. Let's see here. Okay, so remember.
Glad she wrote in. She writes nice. See how nice her emails are, Jay? Take fucking note, asshole.
It's okay. She'll message me directly if she has issues with things. And making a good number of mistakes. So talking about the newbies. So we have to check every order, and more than half the time something is either missing or wrong. So once the kids get back to college and university in September, I think the staffing problem will solve itself. That makes sense. I'll have more people around. Here we go. Shoky, hey, I'm right. I'm right about something. All right. Shoky, your raw apple and mustard charcuterie makes sense. Think of making a sandwich with some thinly sliced roast pork, thinly sliced apples, and grainy mustard on some nice nutty bread. It all goes together. That actually sounds really good. I'm fucking hungry.
That sounds good as fuck.
If you ever fry pork chops and try adding some seedless grapes to the pan, they're done when they pop. Really good. Never heard of doing that, but I've heard of applesauce on pork chops. So that makes sense too. Okay, I don't eat a lot of burgers, but I do love fried onions on them as long as they don't touch the cheese. That's interesting.
So she wants the onions on the bottom bun with the cheese on top.
Yeah, that's interesting. Never heard of that.
Huh.
Finally found...
I think because the cheese probably makes it mushy again is why.
Maybe.
Cheese probably makes them mushy.
Maybe. Finally found that to make the burgers taste like I remember they did when I was a kid, that I have to put some seasoning salt on them. Never used for decades. Who knew? Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're always supposed to salt and or pepper your burgers, just depending.
No, but I think she's talking about straight like Lowry seasoning.
Oh, I know
salt.
what she means.
Like,
I know what you mean.
In the 80s and early 90s, everybody used that shit on everything. Like
also,
any restaurant you went into, it was Lowry seasoning salt. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Also,
seasoning salt.
just sprinkle a little MSG on everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you take a nice nap afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of people don't realize how much MSG was in the food we grew up with. And
I don't think people realize how much MSG is still in food to this very day.
But it's not a bad thing. It's just something used in moderation like anything else. I mean, sodium is worse than just straight.
It got a bad label because people have allergies to it.
Yeah.
It's monosodium glutamate. It's an offshoot of salt. It's a preservative.
Mm-hmm.
And
it tastes
some
good.
people have allergies to it. So those people would have reactions to it. And then they make it in the news and it'd be this whole big thing. So it got the Salem witch trial treatment in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's still in your food to this day.
Yeah.
Like it's hugely into food to this day. And people just don't realize it. A lot of times, if you look at your ingredients list, they have to highlight MSG because it's an allergy.
They have to, yeah.
But it'll still be in there.
Yeah. That's why a lot of those people don't eat Asian food.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they use MSG a lot. It's not even in the food so much as it is in their seasonings because they import their seasonings from whichever country their food is cooking. Because
exactly.
It's more natural to that area, so it's made properly. It's not an Americanized version of the soy sauce. It's actual soy sauce.
Yeah.
So that'll have a lot of MSG in it because it's got to make it across the fucking ocean and then stay good for a while once it gets here.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I kind of want to make those burgers again. Even though, the other day I made them, but I want to do it again. But I want to change it up.
Onion burgers?
Yeah, the onion burgers. But I want to do something a little bit different this time. I want to change up the cheese. I'm not sure which I want to go with because right now it's straight American. Well, not with what I'm thinking. So, I had those pot stickers the other day. With the Korean barbecue with the sauce.
By the way, y'all, I'm gonna put y'all onto the fact that SHOKY says some fucked up stuff in private, man. So Sean asked what a pot sticker was, and he said it was what did you call it?
It's Asian ravioli.
An Asian ravioli.
Is that
what the fuck? No, it's not.
It literally is.
Boiled in water. Pot stickers are not.
They can be. You steam them or you fry them. You steam them or you fry them.
It's still not boiled in water.
But you can steam. You can steam or fry ravioli too. But it's the same concept. It's a pasta pocket with meat shoved in it. I mean, what's the difference?
It was just funny how he phrased it.
I dumbed it down for Sean because he had never heard of it. But
I hit him with the Bruce Lee. That's racist.
But same thing. A pierogi. Most people don't know what a pierogi is.
Yeah, it's a pierogi.
Yeah, I mean they're all pierogies. It's like they're all the same thing. It's
kind of like the bread conversation we had before. Every single different culture has their own version.
There's some type of bread.
Packing meat inside of bread and finding a way to cook
figured
it
out
is very simplistic and it's an easy way to transport your food.
Yeah, I mean like putting especially some type of pasta, essentially stuffing meat and other flavors into a pasta and then you boil it or fry it. That's almost every culture has something to that degree.
So, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that a lot of people don't know. You might know this because you're kind of a food head, but there's certain things that are misnomered as to what they are. Pizza is not Italian food.
No,
you know that, right?
Was not invented by the Italians.
You know what pizza was invented by?
Chinese.
No, the Greeks. The Greeks invented pizza. They just put it on
same
bread
difference.
Nope.
Same bottle. Same body of water.
Spaghetti noodles were invented in China.
Yeah.
Here's what the Italians did. They found stuff that they liked. They brought it back, Italians invented red sauce, marinara sauce.
They explored
they
everything and stole ideas and came back.
And they didn't steal it. They made it their own by they took Greek pizza, which had no sauce on it.
Yeah, they
put red sauce on it and called it pizza, and now it's Italian food. If you go to Italy, and it's an actual Italian restaurant, not like a chain or some Americanized touristy trap place. If you go there and you ask for Alfredo, they'll look at you like you're fucking retarded because it's not Italian. Alfredo is definitely not an Italian food. That is an Americanized Italian food.
Well, it's like people who think that fortune cookies are actually Chinese.
Spaghetti sauce you get at the store, you ain't gonna get that shit over there in a real Italian restaurant.
No.
Real Italian spaghetti sauce looks like chunky salsa.
Yeah. It doesn't look that way. I usually buy chunky stuff myself.
The red sauce that we're kind of used to is more of a gravy. That's an Americanized version.
And most people put marinara on shit. It's like marinara's not made for that. Use a different sauce.
It's a different flavor.
Yeah, very.
But when you go over there, marinara is closer to what you'd get in Italy than you would spaghetti sauce we're used to.
Also, there's a lot of sugar in a lot of real sauces versus what a lot of other people do
because it cuts the acidity.
Mm-hmm.
They put cinnamon and sugar in their stuff to help cut the acidity.
So to finish my thought though, so the kind of Korean barbecue real thin sauce that came with the pot stickers, I want to get that, and once I flip the burger to where it's now onion side down, spray that sauce all over the burger so it gets that last little bit cooked in that fucking sauce. So
like a bourbon, like the bourbon sauce, like the bourbon chicken.
No. It's a lot like a
not bourbon like we're thinking bourbon like Jack Daniels, but you know what I'm talking about when you ask for bourbon chicken
not that. It's more of a soy ginger base with other kind of stuff. So that flavor profile. Okay. But because you can buy a lot of those kind of sauce, and it's like hoisin.
It's kind of like an Oriental.
Yeah. So it's like hoisin. Hoisin is very similar, but I think you can get some fish oil in there too, or some fish sauce in there. But get that umami, that flavor into the burger as well, because you're already kind of there. But I think at that rate you don't even need to add cheese to it, so there'd have to be something else, some other type of condiment, to add the creaminess that you're lacking from adding the cheese.
Hot mustard.
Maybe, but I was thinking
Chinese restaurant hot mustard.
No, I've got that, but I prefer sriracha mayo. Sriracha mayo might go. No,
but now you're mixing Mexican and Chinese or Oriental. So I'm saying if you use the hot mustard, it sticks with the flavor profile.
Did you just say sriracha is Mexican?
Like using those peppers? Yeah. Okay. Spanish. Sorry. But Mexicans do use them a lot.
Oh, I know they do, but I'm talking about the actual sauce is Asian. It's not Mexican.
It's Mexican.
Sriracha? No. Rooster sauce, as it's known. Either way. Finishing up this email. I like talking about food and cooking, so I better stop now because you guys talk more than long enough without our help. Keep up the good work. Yes, thank you. And I believe April, who is one of my other subscribers, she bakes. So we talk a lot of food on my live streams. We end up starting with what everybody's currently eating or what they had for dinner. We had a really long discussion about ice cream, and I think it was spawned from Sean never having mint chocolate ice cream before.
Fucking pizza ice cream. What the fuck?
I still want to try that. I haven't found it. I want to try it.
I wouldn't try that with your mouth and his stomach attached. That's fucking gross.
Well, you would have to because you don't have much of a stomach.
No, I wouldn't. I will never try it.
That was a bypass joke. All right, so
I still have my stomach left. I didn't have a bypass.
Okay, so got another email from Jay, and this should be interesting. So it says episode 22 bonus response for Rikki and other thoughts. So this is actually this is the bonus. This is also the food. It says Rikki, go eat a raw onion.
Okay,
that's where it starts. Let's see.
All
okay,
right, cool story.
Only time I have ever had to send food back was at a steakhouse. It was $18 to $20 filet mignon. What they sent out was 2 sirloin tips wrapped together with bacon. I really wish he had actually typed the word bacon, not used an emoji, because my old ass eyes can't tell what that is.
They tried to scam him. That was a KO.
Yeah, they KO'd the fucking filet mignon. That's funny. I was on the far side of the restaurant from the kitchen, and I could hear the manager giving the kitchen staff hell about it. Wow. So it wasn't even like a policy. They were just dickheads. Like, hey, we're not making a filet mignon. Fuck you. The manager cooked me a now plate, not just the steak. What? I don't know what that means. New.
He was saying a new plate.
Typo. Yeah. Not just the steak.
Yeah.
When to pay for the meal, total of $75 for 4 people. That's not bad as steakhouse. And manager said it was on the house, left the waitress an $8 tip. I'd have left her ass a fucking $20 tip.
I'd have probably went higher than that. Hell, you were planning on spending that much on your food.
Well, it depends on her service.
Yeah.
If she could have still been a shitty server, let's be honest.
That is true. She might have got a $1 tip.
Yeah. What? This statement makes no sense. Burgers are always better with onions raw or cooked.
I mean,
it's the same thing. No, but I'm saying like
they're 2 different flavors. I'll eat cooked onions.
Nobody said they're better. He said they're better raw or cooked.
Yeah, but what he's saying is a burger with raw onions is good. A burger with cooked onions is good. But a burger without is not as good.
But I guess it's better with onions. Is it? It's like I guess
it's
like the statement doesn't make sense. It's like this is why he has to write in every week, because we're trying to make sense of his previous write-in.
All I know is whatever I say, I just pick whatever the polar opposite of that is, and that's pretty much what his email is going to be.
Oh, this is interesting. When my orders are wrong, it always seems to be in my favor. Lucky you. I will say I got a better burger one time by accident, but I also ordered one. I ordered what sounded like a really good burger, and they gave me the wrong one. But the one I got was actually pretty fucking good. So, but this is a Whataburger or somewhere. I don't remember. It was fast food. Okay. When my order, never mind. Rikki, they are up 10 Far Cry games that I know of. Up to
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so he's just adding in other thoughts.
Yeah, because we were talking about the Far Cry, and I wasn't sure how many there were at.
I thought they were only at 6, and they were all the way up.
That's because I could have sworn the one that just came out with Gus in it was only number 6.
Let's do a Google.
Maybe they have offshoot games.
There are offshoots because so there's Primal, but I don't know how would I actually put the space in there so it's not Farsi. Far Cry games in order. There we go. Let's put it that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's definitely offshoots. I didn't see this. So Far Cry Instincts, Far Cry Instincts Evolution. Sounds like Jurassic Park movies at this point. Far Cry Vengeance, Paradise Lost, which I guess is an extra one. That was all before Far Cry 2, by the way. Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 5, Far Cry Insanity Bundle. That doesn't count. It's just adding in other games, right? And then Far Cry New Dawn, Far Cry 6, Far Cry Anthology. Yeah, you can't count the Anthology. So yeah, that's a fuckload of games. That's more than 10. Yeah. So okay, yeah. So I think we're talking main titles. We're talking main titles, yeah. So
a lot of those are just like continuations or DLC, what we would consider DLC now.
Yeah, or they're just offshoot games. So it's like ODST.
But that's still a fuck ton. I didn't think there was that many. I thought there literally was only the 6. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, why would you think otherwise, right? All right, let's see here. I was going to tell Rikki to go watch episode 2 of RHP, but it looks like it was taken down. We discussed that earlier. If he still doesn't remember Wolfie's story, I guess after a whole bottle of Jameson, I wouldn't remember much either. Ooh.
Jameson had nothing to do with it. I talk a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like
talk a lot. I tell a lot of stories. I hear a lot of stories. Like, it has nothing to do with Jameson. Jameson's the one that actually calms me down.
Yeah. So like it calmed you down a little too much on one podcast. It's just like you're falling off at the end. Okay, so this turned into a longer email than I thought it would be. Sorry. So he's making a joke now. Because it's actually less than a page for once. Either way. But it's true that like we talk a lot, dude. It's like, so for one, Rikki's doing at least 2 podcasts. At least 2, unless we're doing an extra bonus like this. So and we're 23 mainline episodes into this show, right? Which is actually...
Plus we do that live hangout thing that we do with RHP.
Yeah.
We also have ones that we do in like regular hangouts, like on the weekends, like on Saturdays, and even after the RHP one is over and done with, like the big group of us, there's like 30 people in that group. We'll all just get together and hang out and bullshit in there till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but also I'm just talking about broadcasted things that are still out there for the internet to be seen. So,
and that's not counting if I get pulled on to anything else, if I'm asked to come over, or if I say, hey, you need an extra head, you know, shit like that.
I'm just talking about you. So yeah, I do 2 live shows almost every week. Sometimes I skip Thursdays. So I do 2 live shows. I do this recording. I record however many other things, for my other channels, just depending on the week. That could be anywhere from 2 to 7 things that I also talk about. And I listen to a fuck ton of podcasts. Like, I don't even listen to radio. I don't listen to music anymore. I listen to podcasts while I'm at work. So I might consume 16, 17 hours worth of content that is outside of my own. So like, and also when it comes down to right now, we're finally caught back up essentially. Trying to remember what happened 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, because of the way we've recorded it is like, okay, I don't remember what I said in this moment, or, it's one thing whenever, like for our shows, we're not live. So like, we're not just technically off the cuff. We can go back and hear things, especially in my case, I'm editing it. So I hear every podcast at least 5 times. So, I have a better memory, but if I don't remember something that was said a couple weeks ago, then it was like, there's almost no chance you're going to remember it, because you heard it the once and it came out of your mouth, until
I'm pretty good. Like, that's why I tell you, as long as you tell me what we were talking about, like,
yeah,
my brain organizes stuff. So I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, oh, we were talking about
like
this,
off,
like, okay,
off the cuff, you're not going to remember a name, but like he's bringing up the whole, E and Wolfie thing. It's like, okay, so one little story told 6 weeks ago, it's like, okay, we got to remember what the fuck that was. Now, mind you, you did remember, but with the original comment, it's kind of hard to tell, not to mention he wasn't.
But I didn't remember from him. I remember because Wolfie just retold the story again, I think last week or in one of the hangouts, he talked about it again.
We'll see. That makes it easier if it comes back up. Yeah. What is this? What is this comment? We do have comments on our other episodes here. Okay,
woohoo!
Give me just a second here. Just look, not many, but we have a couple. Let's see here. We'll go back to episode 21.
While he's digging through those, Miss Christine, please feel free to email as much as you want, because I actually like getting your emails.
She ain't gonna talk that much, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, this is just Rob. So Rob commented on the bonus. The worst 2 burgers I've ever had is Wahlburgers and Flavortown from Guy Fieri. Greasier than an oil factory. Shake Shack also needs to hold back on the hair product they cook their burgers in. Dude, you must have a shitty fucking Shake Shack, man. Every Shake Shack burger I've had fucking was phenomenal. Also, considering we talked about fucking Mark Wahlberg so much the other day, it's funny that Wahlburgers is the worst burger he's had. And
hey, I got to take this phone call real quick.
No, you're good. We're pretty much done, so go ahead and take your phone call.
I'm just gonna mute real quick.
Yep. I think I already read this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so Will commented on episode 21. I might not have read this one. Let's see here. I don't remember if I read this one or not. I'll read it anyways. So, Will, on the comic MCU topic, I agree with Rikki. Keep spirit of the character first, so the nerds know. Okay, so I did read that comment. Okay, so I've already read that one. Read all these comments. Make sure we don't have any held for review, calling us morons. Nope, we don't have any of those. And I think that's going to be it. So we're actually caught up on that. There was one more email from Jay, but it's a bunch of links to things. And I haven't clicked on them yet. They're just topics to talk about for the most part. So that is what it is. So guys, this was just us playing catch up on all that kind of stuff. And if you do want to write into us to ask us any questions, give us topics to discuss, things like that, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com, which will be in the description down below. So you can copy and paste. I haven't figured out how to do a hyperlink so that you just click on it and it opens it in your email so that you can write to us. I don't know how to do that yet. I have not been able to figure that one out. I could be an idiot. I'm not sure. But since this isn't technically an episode, we don't even have to say bye. So even though Rikki is currently having a phone call, he's muted. It's all good. But we'll see you on the main episode coming up sometime soon. And I hope you enjoyed the extra bonus episode where Miss Shoki actually visited. Yay.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.